I know tons of people that do tons of fun activities and make 7 figures, millions of dollars a year, and love it. Winning on these platforms is a game of being better, not first. Being better comes in 2 ways. This is where it gets very important, my friends. Being better on putting out content only comes out in 2 ways. Either entertainment, right, or information. If you are putting out content on these websites and trying to grow, and you want to succeed and build an audience, you either do information, you know what you're talking about, whether it's painting nails, business, wine, sneakers, hair care, I don't care what it is. You either know or you entertain. Entertainment comes in a lot of ways. This is playing out on Instagram. Entertainment comes in being funny. Entertainment comes in being musical. Entertainment and escapism comes in being attractive, being a model. It all plays. If you're lucky enough to have both, it gets really crazy. But if you do not do one or the other, you lose.
How to always have a successful mindset with GaryVee. It's very hard to teach broke. It's hard to instill the virtues of being broke when you are coming from wealth. Winning on social platforms and websites is of being better, not first. Being better on putting out content comes out in the content or information. There are no shortcuts or algorithms to get you ahead in life. The biggest aha moment for GaryVee was when all of his context building his businesses and all of the gray hairs he's earned showed him a way forward. You can get better. It doesn't happen overnight.
I think that people think that you can just get there, that there's some sort of quick move, there's some algorithm, there's some, things you can do that are just gonna get there, and there's just no shortcuts. For me, the biggest aha moment has been the last 20 years of my career. I mean, we're now here at VaynerMedia, and you can see it's a pretty big operation. This company's gone from 25 to 280 people in the last 2 years. It's a lot of growth, but it took 17 years of knowing about business that helped me speed the process up of building this business. It was all the context of building the last wine business from 8 to 150 employees, right? It's the learnings, it's the gray hairs, mate. I was a whiz kid and I'm good and I'm smart, and there's plenty of people watching right now at 22, 23 that can figure it out. But no matter what, you can get better, and there's no shortcut. So the aha moment is that it doesn't happen overnight, You said that you told your boss I'm out 5 months ago, but it didn't happen a day before that. You were doing things that got you to that point that allowed you to make that statement. I think people don't realize how much more time it takes than they think. You know what I think is a better advantage than being born into something? Being born into nothing. I'm on the record. Remember I said it. Can't wait to watch it in 20 years. The internet the way it is today, I'd rather have 0 than 100 million. People that have 0 are like, this guy's an idiot. That's because you don't talk to trust fund babies. I do. I talk to trust fund babies. They DM me. I meet them in real life because of my business career. They're sad. Do you know what it's like to talk to a human being that looks at you at 22 years old and says, no matter what I do for the next 80 years, it will never be my own accomplishment. Everybody will always say I was handed it and I'm done. Do you know what kind of level of depression, cocaine, and partying until you die that leads to? A lot. Nor do I expect anybody that grew up the way I did in a studio apartment in Queens to have sadness for Richard Thompson III. They will say what I always hear, which is, cool, I'll cry in my Ferrari. That's because you don't know what crying is. Because smiling in your Toyota is way better than crying in your Ferrari. But you can stay confused. And when you get there, why don't you call good old Gary and tell me how it actually feels. Crying is never acceptable. Not interesting, AKA being sad and depressed and not happy. I actually think it's impossible to do. I think it's very hard to teach broke. I don't know how to instill. I mean, forget about all my investments. I'm scared crapless of how I'm gonna teach my kids that because they're gonna be in the power of rich. That's right, Misha and Xander, I'm calling you out. You're soft. So, it's very hard to instill those virtues. And I don't know that I've been successful as an entrepreneur who's become an investor of instilling that into my investments at all. I think what I've done well is I've recognized what they may be good at. Oh, you're not the power of hustle and broke and all that, but you know what you are? You came from a rich family, you are seriously educated, and I think you really understand operations, and your number 2 looks like they're pretty hungry and broke. I really haven't, I don't think it's fair to to think that we can instill the power of broke in the same way that I don't think anybody can instill into me the hashtag power of prep school, right? Like it's just not part of that DNA. And so I think that's a challenge. As a matter of fact, I don't read, though I tried an audiobook on my vacation and it didn't go so bad. And you could do 2 times speed. It was pretty cool.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content.